Protesters demand Iran's intelligence ministry be placed on EU terror blacklist. The Iranian community in Brussels protested on Monday, calling for Iran's Ministry of Intelligence to be placed on the European Union's terror blacklist for 4 months after a plot by Tehran to attack the opposition rally in Paris. Firouz Mahvi, member of the National Council of Resistance of Iran, said, "We expect the EU today to break the silence. We want the EU to be active and to be on the side of the Iranian people." The protesters gathered to condemn what they say is the European Union's silence to mass executions, human rights violations, and the repression of women in Iran. The protest took place almost 4 months after the foiled plot that targeted the massive opposition rally led by the NCRI in Paris on June 30th. In the beginning of October, French officials stressed that there was no doubt that the Iranian Ministry of Intelligence was behind the plot to attack the rally. Paolo Casaca, a former member of the European Parliament, said, "I was among the people who were there on June 30th, so I can say that, even personally, I have a case here to the European External Action Service, and there has not been a single word from the EEAS on this issue." Mnuchin. Washington will insist on at least 20% Iran oil import cuts. US Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin warned this weekend that countries importing Iranian crude that want to continue importing it will need to reduce their intake by more than 20% to win a sanctions waiver. In an interview with Reuters, Mnuchin also said, "Oil prices have already gone up, so my expectation is that the oil market has anticipated what's going on in the reductions. I believe the information is already reflected in the price of oil." The official also said he was confident about the zero import policy pursued by the Trump administration. "I don't expect we will get to zero in November, but I do expect we will eventually get to zero," he told Reuters. There have been already very significant reductions in advance of this date. 5 detained environmentalists in Iran face new charge carrying the death penalty. The charge against 5 detained environmentalists in Iran has been changed from espionage to corruption on earth after the examining magistrate received a letter from the Iranian army. One of the former lawyers of the accused cited Tehran Prosecutor General as saying. Speaking to Radio Fada on Sunday, October 21st, veteran lawyer Mohammed Hossein Akazi said that he had found out by chance that the army letter came via the Islamic Republic's Supreme National Security Council. Based on the Iran regime penal code, corruption on earth is punishable by death. The clause has been dismissed by several legal experts and attorneys as unfair and against the country's constitution. Iran. Protests by students in Tehran and farmers in Isfahan. A group of PhD students in Tehran rallied on Monday outside the Iranian regime's parliament, protesting the difficulty to find jobs. Students of Amir Kabir University in Tehran also rallied on Monday, protesting the college officials' incompetence. These students also on this day rallied in another location, protesting a decision to cancel exams. Hard-working farmers of Isfahan held a rally protesting the Iranian regime's plundering policies and not receiving their share of water for their lands.